For the most part, this has been misunderstood for thousands of years, though today, in the greatest dispensation ever, which marks our planet's initiation into the seventh golden age, more people are beginning to understand this truth. Since the higher spiritual knowledge is making its way back into the limelight, many people are beginning to understand our true composition as made in the image of our Creator, and that we are more than just gross beings of matter. For instance, the higher knowledge has restored back to the earth the understanding that each human being is a composite of 7 major vehicles, technically 12. Though in terms of 7, 4 of them are the lowest vehicles and 3 of them are the higher vehicles. Therefore, we are composed of not only our physical vehicle body, but our emotional astral body, our etheric double energy body, our intuitional body, our higher mental causal body, which marks the 4 lower vehicles, and then finally our spirit body, which in turn is divided in 3. This is the true composition of a human being. We are indeed multidimensional, and have other vehicles that currently we don't even know exist, with the exception of the lower one, physical, emotional, and mental. Our light body, even though currently not in its full use, is what maintains all of our other vehicles in operation, including our mental and etheric ones, and in turn, our mental and etheric vehicles generate the physical vehicle. Our chakras exist within our etheric energy body. Since the etheric vehicle is in the in-between point between the physical body and the light body, it is the conduit vehicle that acts not only as a generator for the physical body, but as its blueprint as well. On the same note, the more subtle light vehicles cannot be seen with the naked eye, but seen under certain energy reading technologies, such as the one that takes aura pictures like the Kirlian photography. In fact, the aura is the energy field that envelops and is generated by an individual and corresponds to the 7, 9, or 12 vehicles that make up the human energy system. In like manner, our chakras correspond to each of the 7 subtle energy vehicles, the lowest being the gross physical vehicle, our body, the highest being our light body, and everyone in between. Imagine each vehicle denser as it vibrates slower and more subtle, and lighter as it vibrates higher, with the light body being the finest or the highest vibrating vehicle. All bodies exist on different frequencies of the same light energy spectrum that even encompasses the other 96% of the so-called missing universe, dark matter and dark energy. In light of this, we may postulate that we are more than just human, that we are more than just what we see in the mirror, and that we are able to return to our exalted state of divinity as made in the image of our Creator. This understanding would bring mankind extraordinary healing and enlightenment. Since our true origin began in the celestial realms, then we are indeed descending divine beings with great abilities that are waiting for us to harness as we remember our oneness with Creator Source. This great truth is what all the spiritual and religious masters, the spiritual adepts who have achieved enlightenment, have always taught. In fact, all disease and illness known to men has been the result of mankind ignoring and not bringing into account the spiritual proponent of existence. It is only when we deal directly and become involved with the spiritual, the source of all existence, could we begin to really affect life in the most positive way. For everything that exists consciously or not, beings or things, has its origin first in the spirit realm, and then in the etheric realm before it finally condenses or manifests in the physical realm. And that is the process of descension or light energy precipitating into matter. It is well known today that when we suffer from any physical, emotional, or mental turmoil, it's because one or more of our chakras are misaligned or not spinning correctly, and therefore not processing the proper amount of universal life current into the organs that is causing the disease. This means that all illness begins at the energy level, as quantum physics and metaphysics would mutually agree. In other words, when the subtle bodies are affected, the damage is shown in the densest of all vehicles, the physical body. So in this case, any illness, whether it is mental, physical, or emotional, begins to ripple first in either the astral body, affecting the emotions, or the etheric body, affecting the physical, or the mental body, affecting our minds. All of our vehicles are interrelated and function as one, and that is why materialistic science can never find real cures in chemical man-made drugs or remedies like the pharmacy. While they are busy tackling the problem, examining only our physical body, which is ineffective, the real root and cure to all problems lays in the energy subtle bodies and their 7 spinning wheels, the chakras. If science understood and considered and began to explore the spiritual side of things, we would have a perfect understanding of how the physical world works, though solving all of our problems. Each subtle body has certain responsibilities and functions, and at the same time, they all operate as one. The physical aspect being the only one we see. Picture our physical body as one layer of various layers that make up our entire being, and at the core lay the true self, which is our soul, pure celestial essence. In addition, each chakra spinning wheel of light corresponds to each of our 7 vehicles, carries a particular ray color tone and vibration likened to the prism in quantum physics. As known in Eastern metaphysics, these colors, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and indigo, pertain to the seven major rays of creation. It is the chakra colors that determine its function, purpose, and energy. For example, the first, or root chakra, which is characterized by the color red, represents survival, willpower, and our ability to be well grounded into the earth. The second chakra, characterized by the color orange, is also known as the sacral or sex chakra, which corresponds or represents our pleasure and governs our emotions. It is the seat of our ability to self-heal because orange is the color of healing. The third chakra is known as our center of power, corresponding to our solar plexus, and it's characterized by the color yellow. This chakra is also known as the inner sun, and its function governs our individual power and how we relate to others. When our bowels, spleen, and liver are in good condition, it is because our solar plexus chakra is facilitating the right energy needed for those organs to function. The fourth chakra is located in our heart area, representing the color green, and governs our cardiovascular system, making sure all our blood flows properly through the entire body. This is also the seat of compassion, which gives way to the understanding that we are all one. The fifth chakra is located in our throat, marked by the color blue, signifying truth and our ability to communicate properly. The sixth chakra is located in the middle of our eyes. Its color is purple, and it's known as our third eye. It is this chakra that gives us spiritual vision to see into other realities or frequencies higher than the third dimension, as it is connected to our pineal gland, and pituitary glands that govern our higher mental faculties. It is unfortunate that this chakra has not been in full use. But then, again, all the chakras are not in their full use as to why our physical body ages and eventually dies. If our 7 chakras, as described in the book of Revelation as the 7 seals, process the full potential of our light body, we would become immortal. If we learn how to properly clear and align our chakras, we would never get sick and never age. The last chakra is known as the crown chakra, and it is the most important one. This chakra, if counting from the top down, would really be the first chakra, for it connects us to our light body and the higher spiritual realms, as it pours down universal life force into our other chakras in order to maintain all of our bodies functioning properly and in harmony. Its color is indigo, and if it was fully opened, we would become great spiritual giants. As spiritual beings, we must realize and take care of our subtle vehicles by clearing and balancing out our chakras through proper diet, exercise, meditation, prayer, positive thinking, and good motives. Our chakras are our channels to those vehicles, and only when all 7 chakras are spinning and functioning the way they're supposed to will we be completely healed on all levels of our existence. As we learn more about our greater cosmos in the next segment, we will come to find out that our light bodies are connected to what is known as the great central suns. That is why at a solar planetary level, all lower vehicles are sustained by cosmic energy that is being transmitted by our sun, which in turn gets its energy, universal life force, from the central sun at the center of our galaxy. Also, we would soon come to find out that our solar system is a being on a macro scale of evolution, just like our Earth is also a living being, and even our galaxy is alive. The great spirit that animates our solar system is known as Helios and Vesta, who was originally born with a family of 12 planets. Since everything in our cosmos is alive, then we humans on planet Earth, in a sense, are like cells in the greater body known as our solar system. In turn, our solar system with other solar systems form the organs in a greater body or being known as our galaxy, which is a macro being that could perhaps be known as Melchior, hence the Milky Way galaxy, who is a being that exists in all 12 dimensions at once. The beauty of this sequence in the holographic concept of reality is that no matter in which direction we go, everything is interconnected, as the billions of cells in our individual bodies are, all working together for the total functioning of our physical body. In like manner, we may say that all universes are all different organs and aspects of the greater macro being in our existence known as the central universe or the motherverse, or what science calls the metaverse, as referred to by our cutting-edge science. For the record, let it be clear that all life-sustaining nourishment is facilitated to all of our entire being by our light body. Since all life is energy, in turn all energy is converted and refracted light, then our nourishment comes directly from the light source. The light source is the same substance that we are made out of, which again is generated by our sun, the physical source and symbol of our Creator's power on the lower material spheres. In fact, it is now scientifically understood that if it wasn't for the existence and energy that comes from our sun, in fact, it is now scientifically understood that if it wasn't for the existence and the energy that comes from our sun, there would be no life in any of the planets in our solar system. There is more to our sun than just a burning giant gaseous ball of hydrogen and helium. The sun has spiritual significance. Its role is greater than what we have been led to believe. The sun obviously has a direct relationship with all of our light bodies, as it also transmits energy through our own chakras from the central sun at the center of our galaxy. In truth, it is crucial that mankind begins to understand the true nature of our existence in relation to our entire composition as made in the image of our Creator. Therefore, in spite of the materialistic one-sided view of linear reality, our evolution was never meant to only operate on a physical level. Our evolution is operating on all levels, so let it be established as we prepare to take up our new evolutionary route. Our origin began in the always existing celestial realms, and as the process of descending or involution occurred, we began to take form until we became human. Again, becoming human is the lowest point of light condensing into a material being. This was no accident, of course. It was part of a great divine plan that stems from the greatest spheres or from Prime Creator in order to facilitate further expansion of the always existing Grand Central Metaverse, who is expanding one outer space level at a time, as we shall soon see in the next chapters. In other words, to be human is to be a divine celestial spiritual being in matter, and that is why each and every single one of us is a manifestation of divinity in the flesh. We are great spiritual beings of light, projected out from the point of pure energy, pure light, which is the essence of all that is. The facts that we are all sons and daughters of the living God are here, the source of all existence, without end and without beginning. In the scriptures, Jesus the Christ perhaps states two of the most important misunderstood meanings in the Bible. In the book of John, Jesus states, For isn't it written in your own language that ye are gods? That is, different aspects of the one eternal light, which is the Father that burns inside us all, which is represented by the Christ mind. For all of you are living daughters and sons of the living God. Secondly, for you shall do the same or greater works than me, said Jesus. In truth, Jesus Christ taught and demonstrated ascension, the integration of light, body, and matter. He came to show us the way to ascend back to our Father's universal mind, which sees no difference. I and the Father are one as I and you are one, Jesus said, implying that we are all celestial beings, different aspects of the great central source. The Christ within, or cosmic universal consciousness, is a concept that we all must come to know, understand, cultivate, and implement in order for us to achieve our full divine inherent potential. In conclusion, we originated as pure light beings that gradually descended into limited experience. The hour, though, has come for mankind to take their rightful place in the universe as made in the image and similitude of a God, Almighty, the source light of all that is. We have been in spiritual darkness for thousands of years about who we really are as children of the highest God, which is light. Wake up to your divinity, for the time is at hand. That concludes Chapter 4, our Cosmic Divine Origin, which sheds more information on the idea that our origin was not planetary, but indeed was cosmic and celestial.